All right, this is Surfer Ray with NorCal Bees, and today's project, this is what I call my brood factory. Usually I have a bunch of nukes here and double white nukes spanning this whole thing, and what's been going on lately is the ants have finally caught up with me. Didn't really have an ant problem at all, and then last year, in the beginning, I kind of had an ant problem. At the end of the year, I just had ants everywhere. So unfortunately now I'm having to, build ant-proof hive stands. So I've kind of come up with this idea, checked out some stuff on the internet, and I think it's going to work out pretty good. So let's take a look at what I'm doing. I've used PVC, concrete, and rebarb. And if you come a little closer, you can see how this works here. So I took a 4-inch PVC pipe, put a cap on it, buried it in the ground, and I actually put concrete all the way around it, so it's buried in concrete, so it's very secure. And then what I did is I got a 2-inch pipe, which I also put a cap on the bottom, and I centered it in the middle, and then I concreted the 2-inch pipe inside the 4-inch pipe. And inside the 2-inch pipe, I have a couple pieces of rebarb, and I have this stainless steel rod with the nut on it. And so what I'm going to do on top of this is I'm going to stick channel iron across from here to here, and I'm going to fill this up full of oil so the ants can't get across. It's basically like a moat. And then I'll have some kind of cap over the whole thing to keep bees and debris and everything going into it. Over here, I had to come a little more creative. So what I got going here is I have a piece of rebarb drilled into this, epoxied in, and then basically the same thing, a couple pieces of rebarb and the stainless steel rod with the nut going across it. It's very secure, and this will create my moat here. I'll fill this full of oil and put a little cap over this. We can actually come over here and see, I'm doing these ones right now. So that's how that looks like. I got the rebarb, which most people won't have to do an application like this because they'll be doing like that. But this is actually really easy to do, and I think it's going to work very well. Relatively cheap. You just have to buy some pipe and a cap, and yeah, and you can just use a stainless steel bolt for that rod. Get maybe an 8-incher, and then tie wire it to the rebarb that's in there, and that thing won't come out. So yeah, we'll check in as it goes along, and I've also slanted it, so I'll have my proper drainage going out this way, so these back sides are a little higher than the front. And once I get the channel line across, then I will put 4x4s across this way, and then these will stand on top. So that's what we got going on. All right, we'll check with you as it goes. All right, here we're getting ready to install the last one, and so this is what I got going here. Just see a PVC with a cap. I used these black ABS ones because they were way cheaper. I just silicone them. I'm going to put it right in here. I'm going to concrete that in. And I'm going to take one of these and put a 2-inch cap on that as well that I have down there. And I will stick that in here. Once I have this all concrete in place, put it in place, and then I will stick 2 pieces of this small rebarb in here along with the stainless steel rod, and what I'll have when I come up will be this. And like I said, you're not going to be able to find a stainless steel rod like that, but just get a nice long stainless steel bolt and that'll do the trick. All right, here we are getting ready to assemble this great ant-proof hive stand, and nothing but the finest. We got some synthetic motor oil from my garage, and so I just topping that off, and so as you can see, we have both of the cylinders filled with oil, so there's no way that the ants can get across. And then I went to the 99-cent store, found these plastic bowls. Oh, aren't they cute? Got red flowers on them. I got a washer down here, and I'm gonna put this on top like this, and then I will put a nut on top of that. Like that. So this is going to keep any debris going there. Then I'm going to stick my channel across. I have the smaller ones for here, and we'll fill that full of oil, and then we'll stick the 4x4s across. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked on the way that's coming out. So we'll check in once we get it all assembled. All right, Surfer Ray here, and our ant-proof hive stand is complete. Very happy with the way it came out, and yeah, we got to do this other section over here, and I got to get all the bees back on here. But yeah, this project went very well, and I'm very happy with the way it came out. A couple things I wanted to share about that wasn't in the video before is that first of all, when I put this onto, well, this bolt's too big, but when I put it on top of the bolt on there, I put silicone on the inside and a washer, and then I put silicone on this side with a washer and nut, because I was worried about water getting through here, and since oil floats, if water got in there, it'd float the oil out, so we didn't want to do that. And then I also put these notches in here, because otherwise water would sit in here and puddle. So I made these notches as well to make sure the water drains out. You can't really see that in here, but they're in there. The other thing I wanted to talk about is you could use all thread. I talk about using a stainless steel bolt, but all thread would probably be the easiest for most people to use. You just buy this in 4-foot lengths and cut it to length and cement it in there. And then the other thing is I use a stainless steel channel iron here, which is, you know, kind of expensive, and most people probably wouldn't want to go through that. So you could just run a 2x4 across as well. You don't have to use this channel iron. I actually had some laying around, so that's why I used that. Yeah, so I think that's about it for this project, and thanks for watching. Oh, the other thing is that I'm going to build some ant-proof hive stands along this model that are for an individual hive and for like maybe 2 hives. And so I'll be having a video coming out with that later too. So, because a lot of people don't have, you know, the need for such a big stand like this. All right, thanks for watching. NorCal Bees. Always check us out at norcalbees.com.